Hello and welcome to Reality TV Cringe. I am one of your hosts, Delia, here with my real tight homegirl and my daughter-in-law, Bitches.
That's me.
Happy New Year, Bitches.
Happy New Year.
We are here in 2025.
Wow.
Do you have any vibes about how this year is going to be?
I don't know. I think it's going to be good.
Do you?
I think it's going to be good.
Okay.
For us.
For us.
Yeah.
Or for us?
For us.
Like the
collective us.
Really?
Yeah, well, no, I don't know.
I don't
It's going to be chaotic. We're in Pluto and Aquarius, bitch. So things are going to be changing. There's no predictions for this shit. We just got to ride the waves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound good for us.
No, it's like, it is good.
Okay.
Change is good.
All right. Well, I'm excited about it. I remember when 2020 happened and we all were like so excited. And I'm like, 2020, clear vision.
Yeah.
This is going to be the year of like hitting our goals. And making it work. Yeah, that did not work out at all. So hopefully 2025 is a much better year for all of us. Hopefully, like maybe we can gain some equilibrium.
That'd be great.
Things can sort of settle down.
That would be great.
And we could just be happy and everybody can be happy.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. All right.
Yeah.
We are here to address your very important concerns about the Brown family on TLC, also known as Sister Wives.
Yeah.
We've had a few of you call in, and of course, we take that very seriously.
Very seriously.
And so we're going to be addressing your calls and answering your questions. But before we do, please hide your wife and hide your kids. This is a politically incorrect podcast. We say a lot of bad words.
Yeah.
We have truly and verifiably stupid opinions.
Definitely.
And we're not sorry.
No.
Never going to be sorry either.
Way.
So if you're so
why are you even here? Go away already.
You might want to find yourself another dumpster.
Bye.
But if you're ready to talk about them Browns, welcome to this dumpster.
And if you like what we do over here, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Reality TV Cringe and join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Reality TV Cringe. We have a lot of good, juicy stuff up on there. We have a lot of plans for the new year. New year, new shows.
Oh my God, who dis?
It's going to be great.
I'm excited. Definitely join us there.
Yeah.
If you are watching on YouTube, also, please do not forget to like and comment and share. All you got to do to share, by the way, is just copy that link. You don't even have to share it.
No.
YouTube senses, though, your intention to share it. And then they ask themselves, what is this channel about? And now we're in algorithm.
And we can be recommended.
So share, comment, do all of the things.
Yeah.
We truly appreciate it.
It costs you nothing.
Thank you in advance.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's just get right into those speak bites.
All right.
Okay.
First one we got is from Haley.
Hey B&D, this is Haley calling from a rainy dumpster in Seattle. I've got a couple things. First, the comment that Christine made about Mykelti and David being very similar, and it's basically like she's marrying her daughter. That confused me because I see Mykelti and David as polar opposites. I think Mykelti is a clout goblin and a narcissist, and I have not gotten that impression from David. So what are we not seeing? Is he completely different off camera? I'd love to know what your guys' thoughts are on that comment she made. Also, what just happened with Meri on the couch and that conversation she was having with her two girlfriends. She did not want to talk about the breakup combo. And then finally, Jen got her to do it. And then all of a sudden, production wants to show us the tea. They want to give us some actual new information and go back and show us what Cody had actually said, which was, poor girl, that was so hard on Robyn, completely discounting Meri's feelings in that conversation. My question, though, is why are they not showing us that until Meri talks about it? Are they waiting for the OG wives to bring this up on camera to get the green light to air the footage? And how is all of that going on behind the scenes? I'm so confused. Lastly, Cody's comment about all these men lined up around the block for Robyn at church. I guarantee there are more men that are interested in Cody than interested in Robyn. Thanks, ladies. Love the podcast. You guys are the best.
Oh my God.
That was great. I also agree.
Yeah, I know
about
you do.
Cody and Robyn. There probably is more men that are into Cody.
Yeah, I know. I can
Unfortunately.
definitely see that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question was how in the world Christine can say that David is like Mykelti.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember the context in which Christine said that. I think that they were at one of these goddamn wedding celebration,
Yeah,
run-ups
something like that.
to the nuptials, and Mykelti was playing around with David.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it was the one where she like spilled the taco birria sauce on her white dress and Mykelti was calling David over to see it. David is nothing like Mykelti.
No.
He seems like a reserved, laid back, chill kind of person. He doesn't seem like somebody who needs to shove himself into the spotlight or to like have all of the attention. He seems content to support Christine, not to like stand in front of her and soak up all the oxygen in a room. So I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. And I think that was in the context of like sarcasm, like Mykelti and David are just as sarcastic or snarky or something. Okay. But I'm like, I don't see it. I don't even think Mykelti's funny. So I'm
not at all.
I feel like David's way more funnier. I feel like he's way chiller. He's a Capricorn. I thought he was a Sagittarius, but actually he's like Capricorn Sag cusp. So he's like the grandpa of the zodiac. So he's like chill, whatever.
Okay.
I feel like Christine and Mykelti are very much alike.
Do we know what Mykelti's sun sign is?
I can look it up.
Okay. So as Beatrice was pulling up Mykelti's sun sign, I said, I bet she's a Gemini.
Yeah.
And she's a Gemini.
And I guessed it too in my head. Yeah, definitely a Gemini.
Totally seems like a Gemini.
Yeah.
And David absolutely seems like a Capricorn.
Totally.
I think people get tired of us talking about astrology.
I don't care.
Well, you can suck these nuts.
You can suck these nuts.
We like talking about it.
I love astrology.
She loves astrology.
Yeah.
We do talk about it from time to time. Yeah, there's absolutely no similarities between the two. I think Christine loves to hear herself talk.
Yeah.
And so she says these stupid things that are not rooted in reality. And you just have to forget. She even said them in one ear and out the other. That's how I feel about Christine.
Yep.
And even less about Mykelti.
Agreed.
Okay, so the second part of her question was in regard to Cody making that comment about poor Robyn when Meri and Cody were breaking up on Coyote Pass and why we did not see that footage when that episode aired.
Yeah.
And are we sure about that?
I don't fucking know. I can't keep any of it straight, dude.
But a lot of people have said that that wasn't actually included. But when I saw it, I thought I had already seen it, but I'm probably wrong.
Well, we're watching the same footage over and over and over again. So it's kind of hard to like keep it all together. But I mean, the producers are not going to show us the real footage because they got to keep some of the juicy bits to like string us along like Meri Brown does with her Instagram posts and her vague IG
writing a book
therapy stuff. Yeah, so like that's what the TLC producers are doing. Like they'll keep like the one good little clips and they'll just like string it along in previews or in the next season because they got to make content.
I guess it kind of felt to me in the moment when they were having that conversation at Brandy's house in Vegas, like the producers actually told them to somehow bring this up because they wanted to feature that clip. And so they wanted to get it in. And so they're organizing production behind the scenes. And so they're requiring these conversations. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. Listen, I'm the last person to be able to decipher the Rosetta Stone of this production team.
For
because
real.
They seem to be operating on a different planet entirely. The way I would be doing it so differently if it were me.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So, I don't know. And yes, Cody would attract the attention of the male gaze if the male gaze was interested in all that.
I'm sure you could find a nice gay man that would be into that.
Cody, be
unfortunately.
free.
But I mean, his classmates in high school did say that they thought he was gay. So
not just gay, flamboyantly gay. Flamboyantly gay. That makes a difference.
Yeah, it does make a difference.
So good questions.
Yeah,
from
thanks,
what was
Haley.
her name again?
Haley.
Thanks, Haley.
Thank you. All right, next one is from an anonymous.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Okay, B and D. I'm just so fed up with Meri. And I don't know why. I haven't fully thought through why I'm mad at her. But I'm mad at her for being mad at Robyn for how Robyn acted on Coyote Pass. Because, she didn't even have to be there. You put her in a position where she was that involved in your relationship. And you allowed Cody to put her into that position. She's been annoying this whole time. She's been crossing boundaries and, making your emotions about herself for this whole time. Now you're going to complain? You were permissive in that. Just always got the wrong take. She's always, trying to be so original and higher than the others. And, you want an original take? Why don't you stay besties with Robyn the way you have and just completely go hard on Cody? I want to see you put Robyn in a position where she has to criticize Cody, and I want to see the fallout from that. She's always too soft, and just like really weak-willed about her anger, and I just want to see her like do something original. Meri, be mad, feel your feelings, show us something, because I just kind of think you're sad.
I.e. pathetic.
Yeah.
Like Beatrice called you a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It's hard for me. Like somebody who tends to be kind of reactive and like
Tends to.
Well, shit. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to see it, girl.
Oh my God. You are so ready to put your dukes up.
I am ready to put my dukes up. I'm ready to fight.
I know.
But no, for real. Like, I'm so emotional. I'm like, if I'm mad, you're going to sense it. You'll see it on my fucking face. Like, or I will start screaming at you. So it's like hard for me to look at somebody like Meri who can just bury that down and not be authentic, especially on TV, and just like keep all of that behind her walls and not react. Because it's like, nobody wants to see that. We want to see you be you and say how you actually feel. She's kind of starting to do it. Some of these most recent talking heads for Meri.
Yeah, only when she doesn't have anything else to lose.
Yeah.
Then she feels a little bit more comfortable. But I feel like we have seen Meri bare her teeth, but it's always with like Christine.
Yeah.
Like, remember when the fire was coming in Flagstaff, and so the whole family went over to Meri's rental, and Christine was trying to help and being her annoying self, and Meri totally snapped at her. Mm-hmm. Like, we've seen her with Janelle and Christine be a bit defensive, and I wouldn't say aggressive, but like I could see it in her to do that, but we have not seen that with Robyn. I think that is such a brilliant idea, Anonymous, to have Meri talk to Robyn as a friend would.
Yeah.
And talk about their thing that they have in common, which is Cody, and all of the ways that Cody did all of the women wrong, to see what Robyn would say, because I think Robyn in that moment would probably get pissed.
Yeah, probably.
And be very defensive, which would be stupid. It would be really interesting and fun to see how Robyn actually handles that.
Oh, yeah. To be a fly on the wall. Like if they didn't do that off camera or on camera, if they did that off camera, it would be so interesting to see, but we're never going to see it.
No, we are not.
And I do have a comment that I wanted to read from somebody else, kind of piggybacking off of this. Last week that we did the speak pipes, we had somebody called Raccoon in our adoration or whatever. And they talked about Meri and her like lack of self, and she made a follow-up comment that I thought was kind of interesting. She said, I think that Meri's lack of self is also what's making her need to feel like she's handling the breakup and leaving better than Janelle and Christine. Rather than owning her truth, actually healing and walking away on her terms, she is trying to be the best ex-wife, because now that she's not as dependent on Cody for her self-worth, she's trying to find it in comparison and in navigating life with what she thinks is more grace than the other women. I think we can expect to see a lot of Meri doing that toxic teenage girl thing of tearing others down to make herself look better for a little longer until she stabilizes her self-worth. And it's not mean-spirited. It's this psychological need that is driving her actions that she's not even aware of or probably able to identify.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What an enlightened take.
Raccoon and adoration is based.
Yeah, I can see that, though. That makes a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
That a lot of what we're seeing when she's taking these digs at these other women is an attempt to stabilize who she thinks she is or how she's showing up in the middle of this experience.
Yeah.
And once she feels better about herself and stronger in her own identity, whatever that is, and I do think right now, the Meri that we're getting, even on Instagram, it's a very fluid identity. I feel like she's still trying to find herself. Mm-hmm. But once she does, I think her messaging is going to be a lot clearer.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, I think we're going to understand at least where she's coming from. But right now, I'm just like, you're still ingratiating yourself to Cody. You're still caping for Cody.
Right.
You're still advocating for Cody. Even when you're taking some digs, you're still defending him. And I don't respect it.
I don't either. And maybe that's why she's tearing everybody else down, because she doesn't feel like she can with Cody and Robyn. Like maybe they're kind of scary to her or something.
Well, but she's starting to. In her talking head, she's calling her relationship with Robyn non-reciprocal. She's
not
calling
enough.
Cody out for talking to her badly. Like there are some, she is using her friends as mouthpieces, obviously, because she's still not confident enough. The way I would be blowing up his spot, the way I would be having some sort of a PowerPoint presentation with the receipts. That's what I would be doing. Meri is obviously not me, but hopefully we can get her there over the next few years. That would be delightful to see.
That would be so great.
So good.
That would be such good TV.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you, Anonymous Raccoon. That was great.
Yes.
All right, next one we have is from Allie.
Allie.
Hello, ladies. This is Allie from the Baltimore Dumpster here in Maryland. And I love your podcast. And I know everybody says that, so I'm sorry for repeating that. But I just have a thought. When I hear Robyn talk about Cody no longer being involved with his kids, I really do feel like she cares. But I think that like she's so mentally underdeveloped that she doesn't realize that the actions that she's helped him make over all of these years has destroyed that relationship. I genuinely don't think that she understands that her actions and Cody's actions are what have caused this. I think that she thinks, oh, well, if they come over for Christmas and, we shoot them a text every once in a while, like it's going to be fine. Even though my kids are number one, it's okay. You can still have a relationship with them. I really think that's what she wants. But like she doesn't realize that that's not how that works. Anyway, love you. Have a great day.
Hard disagree.
Yeah.
Hard disagree. Although I appreciate the sentiment. And I think there are actually a lot of people out there that feel that way about Robyn. Like she's kind of, she's orchestrating it, but it's almost unconscious. She doesn't really know the effect that her actions have on the family. Like, and I think a lot of people feel that way, but I don't. I think she absolutely understands. I think when we see her and Cody in the driveway with that fake performed argument, we see her trying to rehabilitate her image. It's because she knows. It's because she knows how she's coming across. It's because she knows that the group chat for Christmas has been leaked. It's because she's thinking about how she wants to present herself in front of other people. And that's because I think she's fucking cunning. And again, not super intelligent, but I think she's cunning. I think she has the instinct for manipulation. And I'm just not agreeing with that. I think that gives her way too much of an out. I think that gives her way too much grace. I think she's diabolical, bitch. I think we're seeing demons, principalities, and power when we're looking at Robyn Brown.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I could see like a world where if she's truly a narc, that we know she is, narcs think that what they're doing is always good enough. Like they don't ever think that they're wrong or that they're doing anything wrong.
Or that there are raccoons with monocles who can clock them.
Exactly. And they think that like with their relationships with people that they're the fucking best. Like they think that they're doing everything right. So, I mean, I could see a world where maybe she does think that just Cody, sending him a text every once in a while or seeing them once a year or whatever could be good enough, because I've seen that in my own family. Like I see that with people I know in my life that think that that's enough effort. Like that's okay. That's enough effort for our relationship to be okay. I'm not justifying that, obviously, because we all know that that's wrong. And we all know that that's not a way to conduct a healthy relationship. And I don't even think it gives her an out. I just think that because she's such a fucking narcissist and she's so fucking delusional, she probably does think that she's done nothing wrong.
Or bent over backwards. Isn't that what she said in this last week's episode? I bent over backwards to make sure that Cody contacted his wives and stayed in touch with his children.
I was being gaslit this whole entire time.
You think she believes that she bent over backwards?
Yes.
I don't.
I think so.
I think she's just trying to sell us a bill of goods as the audience so that we believe that she bent over backwards. I think she knows that she did not. And now that the family has been destroyed and we have kids out here and wives out here who feel like they've been treated unfairly, what are you doing to make it right?
Right.
And if you've got kids out here saying you stole from us, or wives who are saying you took from us, what are you doing now to make it right? We don't see any of that. So if she had that awareness and she really truly cared about this family, why wouldn't she be taking necessary action now to fix it?
Because she's a narc, and narcs don't actually care. It's like, that's why a lot of families go no contact, because it's like, okay, you're not going to change. You're not going to make any effort. Like you can't even see the error in your ways because you think everybody else is doing you wrong. Like this is class A narcissism right here. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
Okay. That's a little different from what Allie, I think, is talking about. Allie is talking about somebody who's oblivious.
Underdeveloped,
Underdeveloped, just doesn't understand. Oh my God, you mean I contributed to the downfall of this whole... No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
Now, a narcissist, I can see how they would be self-deluding. Although, again, I think she's fully aware of what she's doing.
She probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she probably is. But thank you, Allie.
We should put up a
to think
poll
about.
to ask people whether they think that Robyn is doing this on purpose, whether this was all just a grand plan. Yes, you should on Instagram. Or whether we think that she's just like this unconscious person who has no idea how this happened. How did this
I lost my identity.
Bitch.
You should do a YouTube poll too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't, but okay.
I know.
I'll forget.
I know. Boomer. All right. Next one we have is from Catherine.
Hello, Raccoons. This is Catherine in California. And I have a suspicion that the reason Meri was having her friends talk about Cody for her was because she really felt a threat about the land, and she wanted to be as careful as possible while still getting to share some through her friends. And of course, as we see in the later talking heads, where she appears slimmer and time had gone by, I think that she'd begun more of her processing that all of this was really over forever. And that as long as their relationship had been delayed with the divorce, she feels this land decision won't be over soon enough for her to spill some things about her past with Cody.
Forever, ever? That's interesting. And I think we did opine something like this. A little bit,
yeah.
Like that maybe she's being a little bit more reserved, but allowing her friends to kind of take bites out of him because she still has some stakes, whether that's financial or otherwise.
Yeah.
That does make sense to me. Mm-hmm. And she did say in the most recent interview with Entertainment Weekly that we talked about, I think last time, she said that the property stuff is still being handled, still being worked through. So it's not resolved. It'll probably be addressed in the next season.
Yeah.
So that makes some sense to me that she might be withholding her full on fire and vitriol for Cody and Robyn until that shit is taken care of.
Probably, yeah. And I mean, she can't hold back all of her pettiness though. So that's why she's got to have her friends talk for her, which makes sense. But also I'm just like, why don't you just go balls to the wall? Like, what can you do? I mean, I don't think, could they use it against you in court if you're like talking shit?
No.
I mean, that's what
we're
I'm saying.
We're talking about property here,
right.
The division of property. So absolutely not.
Just let it out.
Yeah.
Just be your full authentic self.
Yeah, but she's a bit of a coward.
She is a bit.
And she's a bit emotionally stunted. Sorry, I know that we have a lot of Meri stans, but like she is not comfortable, at least in these various conversations with the randos she's bringing in episode to episode. She's not fully comfortable yet saying these things out loud and or with her full chest.
Right.
I do hope we get there. I have a little bit of hope that we might.
Please.
I do think it's in her Capricorn nature to be able to do that, but like she's just not, she's processing like this person. What was her name?
Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. You know, my mom's name was Catherine.
Yeah.
And she was from California.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's from Southern California.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
Yeah, so I like that name.
Yeah, it's a pretty name.
It is.
All right, next one we have is from Jen.
Okay.
Is it Mary's Jen?
Oh my God, that would be great.
That'd be so good.
Hey ladies, Jen here, a raccoon from Podunk, New Hampshire. Love the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Like you ladies, I also have many opinions, especially when it comes to the dumpster fire that is Sister Wives. So we've heard a lot of things about Meri in regards to her relationships within the family. You know, people have made comments about her being mean and abusive. And I just wonder if that stems from her feelings around not being able to have multiple children like the other wives. And it has caused her to essentially be resentful, not just towards the other wives, but towards the other children as well. You know, we've seen her have a totally different relationship with Robyn's kids, who are not biologically Cody's kids. And then with Saul and Ari, you know, we've all seen Cody make it very clear that when Robyn came into the family, his relationships with the other wives were solely dependent on how they treated Robyn. And I think Meri just dove all into a relationship with Robyn as a means of gaining favor with Cody. And their kids together were just sort of an extension of that. Anyway, just my thoughts. Not sure what your opinions are on all of that.
I mean, I could see it. I could see her being resentful and projecting that onto the other kids because she could only have one. And Mary's kind of a passive aggressive / aggressive person. So, I mean, I could see that her taking that out on the relationships with the other kids and the family. with Cody and Robyn's kids, I mean, yeah, I could see her trying to get in their good graces just so she could get into Cody's pants. I could totally see that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm feeling that what Meri was doing with the kids, with potentially allegedly over disciplining them, was born of resentment. I think, if anything, it might have been an overcompensation, like wanting to be a parent, like wanting to do what parents do, like we discipline our kids and this is how parents act, and maybe wanting to show up so badly as a parent that she showed up kind of in a wrong way. And or she's just one of like a lot of us who came up in a very toxic, potentially abusive household, and she did not know how to become a parent or be a parent. So she didn't know what she was doing. I don't know. And also I don't want to diminish the experiences of the kids who experienced her in a specific way as abusive and potentially allegedly putting her hands on some of them and yelling at them. We saw a couple of glimpses so far. We're still going through the archives of Sister Wives, but like we've seen her talk to Mykelti in a very kind of dismissive, condescending, and even humiliating tone.
Yeah.
Not necessarily overtly with words, but like you could say, okay, well, when the cameras are down, I can see her putting Mykelti down.
Yeah.
And Mykelti has certainly alluded to that. And that's just character shit to me. That's just like not knowing how to be a parent and also not doing anything as an adult to ensure that you're a better parent to children. So she didn't know how to do it. And maybe she was just wired that way and or compensating because she only had that one kid.
Yeah. Or maybe taking out her unhappiness with her marriage with Cody and unhappiness with plural marriage and these other wives who are fucking her husband left and right and having all these kids and she can't have only but one. You know, like maybe it's just taking it out on everybody else because she's so angry and Meri can't express that anger or any emotion healthily. I mean, everything's always walls up. Yeah. Maybe that's why she has walls up too. Maybe she realized that she was being abusive and toxic and bad. And she puts everything behind a wall now. Now we have emotionless Meri because she can't figure out how to deal with her shit.
Right. Maybe that's her way of trying to moderate her behavior because she knows that it's not necessarily healthy. And so it's better to just not emote.
Right.
And or not express. And so instead she just kind of tucks it away. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I would just love to hear them speak about this more.
I know, right.
And I know Peyton said in that one interview he did with that guy, John Yates, I forget what his name is, but that interview that he did last season, he said, when the show is over, I will talk more about Meri in specific. I will talk more about all of these things. And so the kids will feel more comfortable, apparently, when the money's gone, to sort of step up and say something. Wow, though, Peyton, I think it would be so much more interesting if you did it now. Yeah. Are you even being paid by TLC now? Are you being paid by your family? Maybe they're starting to pay him. Maybe now he has an incentive to wait until the show's over. But like, let's out abusers now.
I know, right? Like, why do we have to wait?
Let's talk about that in the family.
Why are we making them comfortable?
I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing like that I would want to be getting at if I was a producer of a show. Like if I had kids that felt that they were abused by one of the primary members of the show, I would want to have those conversations, but they're just covering up for all of these people who are potentially, allegedly abusers. I'm not saying Meri was.
Yeah.
I don't even know really what happened, but maybe more conversations around that would be good.
Yeah, but we can never get anything real with the Brown family.
Nope. So slippery.
Yep.
All
right, well, we have one more, and it's from an anonymous raccoon.
Anonymiso. Those always scare me because I never know if like somebody's going to come for us.
I know, or like say some bad shit.
Start throwing raccoon hands.
All right, let's hear.
This message is for D. I want to know more about that fat cat. My name's Cornelius. You'll be hearing from me again, but tell me about it.
That is my husband.
I want to hear more about that fat cat.
Do it again. I want to hear it again. That is my husband.
This message is for D. I want to know more about that fat cat. My name's Cornelius. You'll be hearing from me again, but tell me about it.
We had to explain to him over Christmas what fat cat meant.
Yeah, well, you addressed some of my presents to
because
Fat
I
Cat.
wrapped it for him. And so I put to Fat Cat from Big Papa. And he's like, what's Fat Cat?
Oh my God. Papa's feeling sexy tonight. We got to be shutting this
You
down.
gotta tell him about your Fat Cat
I got
later.
something to do, apparently. I got something to do tonight.
Cornelius.
My God.
You gonna call him that in the bedroom? Cornelius.
No, but how did he figure out how to call us on SpeakPipe?
know.
That's a creative man.
He's a
Oh my God.
creative-
Everybody's so creative.
Yes.
Oh my God, that caught me off guard.
Oh my God, this message is ridiculous.
Ooh, that voice right there. Wow.
Oh my God.
I guess that's where we will leave this.
Yeah, I gotta go now.
But by the way, if you want to call in and sound off, preferably not about my fat cat or her razor blade, but if you want to call in and ask a question or leave a comment, all you have to do is go to speakpipe.com/reality TV cringe. You have 90 seconds. It's perfectly free, and we love to hear from you. So, Beatrice, is there anything else that we need to say before we get up on out of here?
Well, if you love our podcast, I sure hope and plead to the Mormon God on Kolob that you go to your favorite podcast platform and leave us a glowing 5-star review. Really helps us grow the pod so more people can see us and we get recommended in the algorithm. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry, I can't get over this.
What? The fat cat?
It just has me going. Oh my God. We will be back next week to talk more sister wives with you.
And fat cats.
Until then, please not forget that we have nothing but love for you. Happy New Year.
Happy New
are
Year.
so grateful for you. And we hope that everybody has a wonderful New Year and all of that. I gotta go. I got some stuff to do.
Ew.
So until then, peace out.
Bye.
Bye, guys.